All right, ready?
Don't look too excited, everyone.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Five Idiots Talking Toys. I'm Shane and I'm here with John, Charles, Christopher, and Brandon. We are the Five Idiots Talking Toys, and we are here on Wednesday. I don't know what day you're watching this, but for us it's Wednesday, and it's the Wins and Wiffs of the week. So thanks very much for joining us. Please subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and the bell icon to be notified of new content. And please comment. Let us know what your favorite part of this video was, or if you have any questions for us. You can go to 5idiotstalkingtoys.com for all of our links, including our merch shop. Merch. What's up, guys?
Oh, hey, Shane. How are you?
Hi.
Charles, thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me, Shane.
So, we're recording this in the midst of football playoffs, so we're having fun with that, chatting about the teams that are still remaining. We're marching into the championship and the Super Bowl. That might be happening by the time you see this, but we're having fun with that. We're into 2023 here, and we're ready to bring you our first win of the week. All right, guys, I'm going to go first.
Ooh. Why is it the first?
The first
what are you talking about? You said we're happy to.
Week.
It's a new year. We're happy to bring you our first win of the week.
Well, we're here in 2023, and tonight we're bringing you our first win of the week.
Oh, okay.
For this week.
Yeah.
This week.
We're still middle of January.
Okay.
My win of the week, my first win of the week is.
Oh my God! I know where this is headed.
The original. Let's see.
I heard the tin.
When are we gonna learn how to use this equipment? All right. So the first, well, it's not really the first. It's a fake first, but it's the first Star Wars lunchbox, metal lunchbox, and thermos. For anybody who collects these out there or knows about them, this is actually the second release of this lunchbox. Nobody. This is the second release of this lunchbox. Look at your beautiful faces on the
Is
screen.
there a thermos inside there, Shane?
There is. So this is the second release because it has the characters on the scenes on the outside. For anybody who knows these, knows the very first one did not have anything on the sides except the stars, and that's referred to as the Starfield version of this lunchbox. So it's in pretty nice shape, and it does have the thermos inside. Get it out. And the thermos is in pretty nice shape.
Yeah, it's in nice shape.
Are you gonna drink from it?
Is there anything in there?
I already have. No, I haven't.
Does it smell like rotten tomato soup?
You hear this tin banging around. Yeah, it's pretty clean inside. You know, there's a couple of wear spots, rust spots, but I love that on these lunch boxes. You'll pay big bucks for an unused one, but I like the ones that look like a kid carried them around.
Yeah.
So
those are actually cool.
Yeah. So this is a cool piece to put on the shelf. It's in good shape. Handle, snapper there. Order alert. So that is my win of the week. I still need to get the first one, the Starfield lunchbox. I haven't found that one yet.
Is that one more rare?
I don't know.
Rare.
It's more expensive. I know that. So I don't know. You have to make your own opinion.
Between first release and second release, what's the price difference?
I think you can get up into in that same shape, you can get up into like the 125s for it.
For first edition?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody calls it first edition, but when they first released it, it didn't have any of this on it. It was
it's a variant.
Which version is it? Which version?
That one's version 2.
Is
that a V2? That's a V2.
Yeah, because it's got all the
V2.
I think they realized, you know what it is? I think they released the first one like as the movie was coming out or whatever, and nobody knew any of the characters. So once everybody knew the characters, they put the characters on the lunchbox, to make it more attractive.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, Brandon.
I defer. I'll go with somebody else first.
Okay.
I'll go.
Okay.
So for my win of the week is, for most of you guys that don't know, the first time I ever saw Star Wars was in 1997 when they re-released it for their 20th year anniversary. So I had saved my ticket stubs from when I was a kid. Brandon, what's the matter with you?
You said the first time you ever saw Star Wars was
In the
1997.
movie theaters.
Oh.
In the movie theaters. Thank you, Brandon. I appreciate you interrupting me.
We need
He's such a stickler.
We need a warning on the bottom. The whiskey is flowing all over Brandon right now. So
Yes.
So I had saved my movie stubs because, I was a huge Star Wars fan and I was still collecting and keeping all of my memorabilia, whatever you...
Hoarder.
Did you keep it? Were you keeping it next to your Blaspers?
I was keeping it as my Blaspers. So I had them displayed in like a baseball card case, and it really wasn't the proper way. So Sean Burrell, who is a fan of the show and on all the pages, he actually made this acrylic stand for me to display my tickets. He showed me a couple of like prototypes that he was working on, and I guess some of them weren't working out properly, but this one actually is great. So this top part right here just slides up, and then he literally measured like the movie stubs and made a nice slot for them, and they slid right in, and it's perfect. Like honestly, I couldn't have asked for a better display.
That's is
really
pretty
nice,
amazing. Yeah.
that's
So
awesome.
So what's the background there? He has like the equipment to make acrylic pieces?
I think he is. I think he has the equipment, and I think he was just looking for like projects just to like practice on and start out on. He was listening to our show. I had mentioned that I would like to have like a nice case for it and send it into CAS, and he messaged me and he was like, "Hey, like I would love to work on it. Just measure the stubs for me, and I'll make it for you." And I was like okay, I really didn't expect anything of it, but then he was showing me his progress as like the months went on, different cases that he was making and the problems that he was running into, and then finally he perfected it and sent me this, and I had no idea. Like he didn't even tell me it was coming in the mail, so I had just gotten a box in the mail, and I'm like, "What is this?" And I opened it up, and I was like, "Oh my god, this thing is awesome!" So.
That's sweet.
Yeah, he does a lot of awesome work on the side. He does a bunch of woodwork and stuff like that too. I've seen some of his stuff. He's very talented and very
Wow.
Very something that not a lot of people can do. So,
yeah, nice job, Sean.
Yeah, thank you, Sean.
John, Christopher has to be the nicest guy in the Star Wars community. This guy has gifts showing up at his house every other day.
Time. Yeah. All the time.
Just showered with gifts. He's like the Messiah of Star Wars.
Showered.
he got those Dictos glasses last week.
The Dick glasses. What is it? The Dick Faso?
Dictos.
Dictos.
And it's funny because I've actually used them. And I've used them again since the show. Like they've really come in handy. And like I don't have bad eyesight.
I'm pretty jealous.
I have perfect eyesight, but I've actually needed it a few times to see something on the end of a lightsaber. And I was like, once I put these things on, it was like it wasn't like going like this. It was just like perfect. It was like, wow.
Uncle Victor, we all want Dictos on our faces.
Yeah. At least three or four out of the 5 of us are jealous that we don't have one of those.
He has no idea that I carry a flashlight around everywhere.
Shane.
Imagine busting out a pair of Dictos at the IC convention.
Shane,
walking around.
He's actually related to me, and he got me squat. So.
I know, and this is the confusing thing. Like, even when we met him, the 3 of us were all confused as to who he was and who he's related to because he
sent me something else.
You guys do remember when Charles put up his backdrop last week and it didn't hang up? So when Charles says that he didn't get anything, he actually did get a gift. Charles is just not showing the gift.
I want a Dicto.
Well, Uncle Victor, you're being called out onto the floor. Yes. Order 4 more of them.
We all want more Dictos, Uncle Victor.
All right. All right. Chris has had enough of the spotlight now. Who's up next? John Walden. Do you have a win for us this week?
Kind of a win. I mean, we went online with our store
Ah,
you can
nice.
shopthevaultonline.com now. Shopthevaultonline.com.
You're gonna have to throw up a graphic for that. Shopthevaultonline.com.
FortOglethorpe.com.
Oglethorpe.
So I actually did use it. I navigated it, and I told John I wasn't just saying this just to be nice to him because he knows that we're actually not nice to him. Like we'll tell him. It was really easy to navigate. I was just looking at everything, and it was just like it's all right there and then. You just pull down the search, and it's click on what you want to look for, and I was like, very simple.
I navigated it as well. I gave him crap about not having any vintage toys in the vintage toys section because all he had was trading cards, and then he uploaded toys. So it's not like those other sites where you have to pay to buy. It's free to get on your website and shop for toys. So it's very easy.
I love how Brandon had early access to check out your website, and his only comment was criticizing your inventory. The site wasn't even live yet.
That's how I know that you guys will tell me the truth.
It was literally the first day John released it and said it just got released like an hour ago, and Brandon's like, "There's no vintage, there's no toys."
We're adding stuff to it daily, but we also have these nice enamel pins.
Nice.
Let me get it. Oh,
there you go.
There we go.
Hey, his rocket moves. The red rocket.
Brandon, does that make your rocket move?
They're only. Whoops. Oh, wait, let me turn it over this way.
$99.
$11.99.
$11.99.
There you go.
There you go.
Rocket.
His rocket moves. Do you have one with, something else?
The whiskey is flowing and it is not stopping.
It's the Alamo waterfall of whiskey over there.
Alamo.
That's my win of the week. We
So cheap.
finally got it up and running. We're adding stuff daily, so I've been here for about 4 or 5 hours today adding stuff. It's not an easy process. So.
Well, the best thing and my favorite thing about the website is if you want to go to John's store in person, you've got to navigate yourself to Fort Oglethorpe. But if you go to the website, you don't have to deal with Oglethorpe at all. You just go right online, and it's so easy to get to.
Yeah.
If you're in John's area, you know that town. We don't know that town. We can just go right to the website, right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're in John's area, I wouldn't drive through Fort Oglethorpe either.
So now
beautiful.
when you're in the store and someone buys something, it will register right away. Like the website is linked where it will know that an item sold.
Exactly. Like if someone buys something online, it takes it out of inventory.
Okay,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
He's so fancy. I'm super impressed. What a well-oiled machine already.
Well,
That's good stuff. All right. Charles or Brandon, one of you raise your hand.
I defer to Charles.
Okay.
I have no win. I only have a whiff.
Oh.
Back to you, buddy. Back to you, sir.
All right.
Whiskey.
All right, Charles is next then. Brandon, what do you have for us?
let's go.
I was hoping Charles was going to go first because I was going to add on to his, but I have some. I just picked up 2 small things, and Charles will appreciate it. But I just got 2
The ones you showed me.
Legos. Yes. 2 Legos. Actually, I showed you 2 different ones.
Legos?
I showed you 2 different ones, or I showed one different one yesterday. I don't remember.
Okay.
But these were a flea market find today. Luke Hoth battle gear and a biker scout with the original ribbed blaster.
There you go.
Blasper.
red tip.
I still need that, Luke.
This guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. So I went on that website that you were talking about, and I can't figure out. I must not be clicking the right things. I can't figure out what weapon came with each figure.
So you have to go on that website on the brick links, and that'll give you the number, like notated next to the figure. And then I go onto eBay and I search it, what it looked like on the box, like what it actually came with.
Gotcha. It's weird
a lot of
that
work.
site doesn't have the weapon that came with it.
No,
I also picked up this guy for my son.
Cool.
Spider-Man. What's funny is that I walked up to the guy and I pick up this guy first because he was in the front, and I start going like this, and I'm looking at it, and I start pulling his head off, and the guy's looking at me like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "It's real." I'm like, "Yeah, but I need to make sure." Like, this guy goes for $5 at a toy show, and it's the fake one, So why would I? I got to make sure it's the real one. So that was pretty funny.
So how can you tell it's real? Like, what do you look for?
Well, if I had my Dicto glasses, because you actually need light and glasses to show, but like you can't see it on camera here, but if you look in here, there's some.
Thanks, Shane.
It says Lego on each leg. If you take it apart, between his legs, between these two posts there, it says Lego.
Oh, it says Lego. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it has Lego written on it. The top of the head will say Lego, and right here, if you take the head off, and on this post here, it should say Lego as well.
And is it true that the fake ones don't have that? They don't go that far?
Well, they don't have anything written on them, and they're really cheap. I bought some of the fake ones just so my son could destroy them, and they're super cheap. You can just feel the difference if you held one next to the other.
All right. Well, that's good to know for any newer collectors.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
very good.
Is this a real Lego?
That's by MAGA.
Incorrect.
Oh, it's not
Build the wall.
Yeah, and it has. Look at.
Is that Joe? Is that Joe Biden?
Right there. Huh? 101 pieces.
Huh.
So that's
Are
not
you even
real
allowed
Lego.
to sell that?
Sure.
I don't even think you're allowed to sell that.
Why not?
Are those on your website?
No, they refused to put it up on the website.
Who?
Jennifer and Haley.
Oh, can you put one up there and let me know, and I'll pay for it.
All right, so that'll do it for our wins of the week. We have a whiff of the week. And we'll go now over to Charles. Charles, your whiff of the week.
So my whiff of the week is I sent in my Rocksteady Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, had a 10 back, sent it into CAS. They sent it back to me. It was shipped upside down. So
Again?
Well,
Another
the
one?
first time. So one of the posts were broken, so I shipped it back. 6 weeks later, they sent it back to me, and they shipped it upside down, and now there is a giant crack from his horn right on top of the blister. You really can't see it. And there's just smeared paint all on the inside of the blister because it was shipped like this, upside down again. After telling them not to do it,
I don't know what is going on there with their quality control, but every item is coming back upside down. Because I actually got some items back also, but mine were just baggies, and mine were upside down also.
They actually spend the time and they stick the arrow stickers on the side of the box that like point up.
Yeah.
And this thing is just sitting there like this.
Yeah,
upside down the whole way. So now there's a giant crack, and this is the only one I sent in 11 mocks. This is the only one I put $500 insurance on. All the other ones I put $750. So I'm gonna fight with them now for what this thing is worth because they ruined it.
That's a shame.
It is, because now we got to find another one, and to find a Rocksteady, it's not that easy in that condition.
What's a grade?
80.
Not anymore.
60.
So it's kind of like a 75.
Thanks, Sean.
60.
That sucks.
Are you going to send it back in and to have them relabel it a 55?
No. I'm going to fight for my money, but they're only going to give me what the insurance is, I think, which is $500. and it's worth probably $750, more than that.
Unbelievable.
And it's all their fault. It's just all shipping it upside down. Like, it just makes no sense. I don't get it.
Isn't one of those guys a turtle collector?
I don't know.
I thought that
I don't
maybe one
know.
of them was a turtle collector.
But you know when you tell them that, they're going to say that it was shipped the other way because that's what they always say.
Well, yeah, and
Their answer to everything is always the opposite of what the answer should be.
Did you do an unboxing video of it?
no, I didn't.
That was gonna be my question. Like, at this point, are you like feeling like almost obligated to yourself to record every unboxing?
Sometimes I do, but I got the ATST in also. That was shipped sideways, so it wasn't standing up in the box. Last time they had it upside down. This time they had it on its side, but that actually made it here, surprisingly.
Is the gun all bent?
No, they must have replaced it or something because it's not bent.
Not a good look for them.
Oh, well.
Not a good look for them at all.
That's why the grading job is not that easy. When you grade, it's like really stressful. It really is.
The grading. Oh, you mean you sending things in?
Yeah, it's really stressful. Like, this Rocksteady went there, and then it came back, and then it went there, then it came back, and now it's ruined.
Yeah, high dollar things are never easy to ship. I think it's just very stressful on everybody's end.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing I do, and this is not going to help in your case, but I was really nervous about sending high dollar things, and at the point where I was like, well, I'm not going to send this anywhere to get graded or to get framed or to get more autographs on it or whatever. And some guy was like, hey, if you're ever worried and you're really worried about something, getting somewhere and waiting a while, he's like, just overnight it. That way, you have peace of mind. You have a high dollar thing you don't want sitting in a warehouse for a couple days on, with priority or first class mail and something that's worth a lot. Just overnight it and pay the extra, and you have the peace of mind that it gets there, or hopefully gets there, and that it's not sitting somewhere. Too many horror stories of things going missing. I know one of the somebody had all those Letty mocks that went missing. They got shipped to AFA, I guess, and I just would have overnighted that stuff and make sure it gets there. I don't know if it was or not, but
Yeah.
that's my suggestion.
They'd have like a courier service for AFA and CAS.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm available. I'm available for a job.
Well, I had a thought this past week. I did see that for that. And again, we're recording this show. It might have happened by the time, but there's the auction with that large mock find. And I noticed that CAS is going to set up a booth there and be there to accept handoffs to get graded. And I just thought to myself, I don't really like knocking anybody, and I've never graded anything with them, so I'm the last one to really speak. But just from hearing the stories, I was like, these are going to be really expensive items. And I get that it's nice to maybe hand them off as opposed to having to ship them through the mail. But I'm just kind of wondering who wants to, how many people, what percentage of people are going to buy these really nice, expensive mocks and want to basically give them away for 6 months.
They still ship them,
hope that they get shipped back to you in one piece.
They still ship them. So you're just handing it to them, but they ship it.
And nobody's driving this down to Florida.
From my knowledge, they just stack them in a humongous box.
Yeah, and that's I was not aware of that, so that's kind of unnerving to know. I always thought when you handed it off that they put it in a big truck and drove it down themselves.
So if you're actually going to be getting items graded, going to a show, an event, or anything is the last place anyone should ever hand off your item to get graded. The only reason it's good is because you're not paying shipping there. But those items, for whatever reason in their system, I don't know why, it takes way longer than regular items. So if you can just ship it in, it actually gets done faster because all those guys from the ICC are just getting their items back right now from last year. I'm getting items back from 3 months ago already. Yeah. So
And what they do is they wrap it up in bubble wrap and shove it in a bag at the shows. I was like,
well, I had the thought, I thought to myself, if they're going to be at the show and this is a high profile auction, are they going to offer anything to people at the show? And I thought to myself, they're probably not going to want to advertise that because they're not going to want to anger anybody who, sends their stuff in and is not there. But if I was them, and I don't know the business, the ins and outs, but it seems like it would make sense to offer people who bought at that auction, a certain price point for grading, and maybe it's a higher price point, but it's whatever that auction is, auction offer. You'll have your piece back in 4 weeks or something like that, or 6 weeks or 8 weeks.
So those are all express though. They have a deal going on right now. If you send them in a mock, it's gonna supposedly be done in 30 days.
30 days.
Okay. All right. So maybe they're just going to offer that same offer that they just put out a few weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other benefit is if, they could take your piece, if you feel like it's going to be safe and they could turn it around quickly, but.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's going to do it for another episode of Wins and Wiffs of the Week. Thanks very much to everybody for watching. We appreciate you. Please like this video, hit the subscribe button, and please comment below. Let us know what your favorite win of the week was, and if you have any questions about any of the items, any questions about anything that we discussed. And we will see you next time on 5 Idiots Talking Toys. Bye.
Thank yous.
Not saying bye.
Bye.